Hello, it's Teresa here from Rochester in Kent in the UK. I hope you're all keeping well. Big hello to all the new subscribers. I hope you like what you see and you stay. Now, in the run up to Christmas, I thought we'd keep the projects small because it's a very busy time of year, and I just felt that any long projects would be too long. So what I've done, I've collected all my pieces of white lace, all the little bits from the rag bag, and as you can see on the screen, I've actually popped up it halfway. I don't normally do this, but just to let you see where this is going. And then I'm going to join them all and make another fabric. Now, it started off as table runner, which it could actually be a nice Christmassy colour here, but as it progressed, you'll see how I've changed it into a journal cover for my trip to Germany at the end of this week. So do bear with me. We're going to hopefully enjoy this. So you know how it goes now. Get your cup of tea or your coffee ready, sit down, have a little bit of me time, and hopefully enjoy this. So first thing is to get the calico. I have a calico here, and you can see it's creased, so I'm not too worried about ironing those out. Now, it's A4 size, and that's the standard size that goes in your printer. I think it might be about 8 inches by 11. So I'm going to cover this with a nice deep red fabric, as you can see on the screen. It's a beautiful colour, deliberately red. You need a nice deep colour because if you're using lace, you want to be able to see the colour under the lace peeping through. Now, I'm just pinning this all the way round on all the sides just to keep it from dancing, because the fabric I'm using here is quite silky. It doesn't look it, but it is quite fine and silky, and with a synthetic lace on top, it's going to dance. It's always good practice anyway to pin all the way around. So I'm just going to finish doing this side here. And that's finished. As you can see, it pins all the way around the edge there. Lovely and flat. Now, I've taken a handful of lace from my rag bag. I've been trying to separate it for some time, but because some of these are so small, it all gets messed up in the general lot of lace. Have bits there from a doily, and just bits. You might actually recognise some of these, and you might know where the major part of these pieces of lace went to, or remember them from previous projects. So it's all very simple. As you can see what I mean about the strong colour showing through the holes in that particular piece of lace. That is part of a doily. Very lovely, a vintage doily that is. And once again, we have contrast there between the holes in the pieces of lace, the piece of lace I showed you before this, and the piece there. Now, part of the hard thing for me is knowing where to place these. I don't want to spend too much time worrying about placement. I just want to put them down, overlap some, but make some interesting spaces and shapes. And it is all white, and I just think it's lovely to work with white on such a deep colour. I think another colour might have been a navy blue, even black or a deep green. That would have worked as well. I love these stars. I want these stars to maybe have a prominent place. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe there. This is just a dummy rung. As you know, I could put these down a dozen times and then still come back at the end with something else. That's a nice piece as well, with the gold thread running through it, which you can't see on the screen. That's probably the plainest piece I have there, which complements or contrasts nicely with this piece. I cut this piece here from a larger piece. I just think that is really pretty. I love the curls on that. And look at these wonderful shapes here. Beautiful big shapes there. So already you can see the shapes appearing. Three more start. I've got some black bits on there that I don't really like, so I'll either cut those off. I don't want black on there at all, so I'll put those to one side. Now you've seen this cream piece or this gold piece, strictly speaking not white, but it's so beautiful. I'd like to find somewhere to put that, and I think I might know. Yeah, it might go in there. Actually, that is the right size, just the right size to go in there, so who knows, you might see that again there. Might put that there. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think I'm going to take some time just to yeah, I'm going to pin that down there, just to have a think about where to place it. To be honest, it shouldn't be this difficult. It really shouldn't. Just put your pieces down, pin them, and that's it. So, and then after I've pinned them, I'm going to tack or base right the way across, right the way from edge to edge on both sides, to hold them down so they don't move. I might use, I'm not sure about, I was going to say I might use that red thread, but I'm not so sure. I like the arc here, so I'd like to emphasize the arches here, or the arcs here, and go round the points, because there's an awful lot of contrast here between the shapes, triangular shapes with the points, and the lovely round curve shapes like this one here. So and I'm quite excited about this, to see how it actually finishes. Show you that I've put some net over the top. You know I love using net over the top of things, and that's just going to stop it from slipping. You see the tacking stitches that I've used going right the way across. I'm going to leave those until the end. There's no point taking those out at the minute, but look at these shapes, the small shapes there against the large shapes, and just look at, I just think that is really gorgeous. I just love the shapes, small shapes there, all the shapes there that are just poking through. So I've gone round here in the green slow stitch, very small stitches. It doesn't matter how big your stitches are. So I feel that I've just picked out a few shapes there, haven't gone overboard, but I've made a start. So just around some of the lovely curves here, I think I've picked the curves out more than anything. It's just such a nice mindful thing to do as well, especially leading up to a busy time like Christmas. Did put the gold flower there, and I think it looks really good, fits in well there. Now with the red, I'm going to go round some of these flowers and other shapes, maybe round here. I'm not sure how much red I want on there. Probably quite a lot, and it will complement the red here as well. I'm not too worried about this edge at the moment. It's a bit raggy looking, but I think that might actually get caught up in the seam allowance. You can see what a difference straight edge will make there. So I think I'm possibly going to lose some of that roundness there, and maybe the points on these stars. And I might do some hand stitching on these plainer pieces. Some more colour to this. I've added the blue running stitch all around these shapes. You can see the blue, it's quite obvious. Also some red running stitches, and I've also introduced just a couple of pinwheels. and then I decided I didn't quite like them, so I've left them there. I'm not taking them out, but I'm not adding any more. Now that is the other half of the doily, so you can see how different it looks, and with just a few stitches, a few rows of stitching, just how it transforms it. Now, I just like that effect. I really do like that. So the pinwheels, as I said, I'm leaving, but I don't like them. I've covered up that nice centre flower, actually, one that I'm holding here in my hand. But there's so much you can do. Now what I didn't say is that I've used a long sharp needle with a big eye and 3 strands of thread to do all the running stitch. I'm just showing the difference again here in this piece and the piece I've sewn on. And that piece there, where is that now? I think I've lost that. It's at the top. At the top, I just pull this down a bit and you might be able to see where that piece is. There it is. Yeah, it's hard to see now. As soon as the sewing goes on, they all merge into one piece of fabric, and sometimes it's a bit hard to pick that out, so I can't even see. I think that's the right way round, but I definitely think that the sewing enhances plain lace. It's made me feel like doing another project using just lace, so I might work on that while I'm away in Germany. But if you can see the lovely round shapes there, I just think they're enhanced with the blue. I hope you agree. Yeah, that's really nice. I'm looking at this piece here in my, what is it, left hand, that piece there, the loose piece, and I'm thinking, well, what can I do with that now? Some more, yeah, no, I'm thinking aloud now, so never mind. But yeah, I'm going to work with this again, so you will see that again at some point. Now I'm thinking of introducing or adding a few beads, not too many, but maybe as the work progresses I'll add either the beads or these sequins in the boxes here, if I can just get them. There they are. I don't want anything too ostentatious, but as you all know, I do like a bit of bling on my work, and I have other boxes of these, but I like these gold ones right on the front that you could see. Not sure at the moment where I'd put them. The beads might be the best bet, but it really is just an idea at the moment, and I might not even use either. I've also got in this tin of bits just a couple of lengths of lace and like a broderie anglaise here that has been embroidered, machine embroidered with a silver thread. Now this is very lovely. I've already popped it down there, just secured it down there, but I'm thinking that I might be able to use some of this along the edge. I'm not too sure. I really am just thinking aloud at the moment because I'm not really sure where this is going, whether what to do about these ends, how to treat them. Maybe I should actually finish the sewing first, but I'm getting excited. I do like this. I think everybody has this in their workbox. I don't know where we get this from, can't remember, but I'm sure everybody, every student I've ever had, every art student, textile art student has had a roll of this. But getting back to the work, I think I like this down there, but I also like the curves above it. So I'm hanging fire a little bit on this. I might need to hang this up on the wall. See, look, it looks okay there, doesn't it? Or does it? Oh, I'm not sure. I need to do something to neaten the edges. I need to start thinking about the edges. Now, the edges. Well, there's been a few changes since the last time you've seen this. I've decided that because I feel I'm running out of time to make a Christmas journal to take away with me at the end of the month, I'm going to use one of these. Now, I have several of these just in the bottom of a drawer. I'm not sure if I've ever shown these to you. I can't remember. if for some reason I would have shown them, but obviously they're not Christmassy, so I still need a little bit of work to do on these journals. And that was top stitch, just random sewing machine scribble over paper that had been laminated with PVA. So I'm quite pleased. I was quite pleased with how it turned out. Had to join two pieces there. I seem to be forever joining pieces of fabric and that. But anyway, to get back to what I'm talking about, I think I might use this one here. The others are all the same size, so it doesn't really matter which one I use, but none of them are Christmassy or travel orientated. But I don't think that'll matter really. I can change that as I go along. Now the changes I have made to this, I've had to make this longer. Now I'm going to move it along here. Now I've over-egged the pudding a little bit each end by adding a big piece here. I don't need a big piece, I only need a little piece, but I can cut that off when I've actually measured this to see how much extra I need. Just machine sewn them together there. I don't think I'll be decorating these. I think I will leave them plain. And the same this end. Now if I fold this in half like this, so I've got the crease here going down the half of the pattern fabric, the lace fabric. I can put that in there and we get a rough idea of how short this is. Now I'm not pulling this tightly, which I will do later when I make it up. And if I pop that piece here, now get a rough idea of what sort of edging that will look like. So that will just look like binding, I think, a nice bound edge, but we will see. Nothing is set in stone. So that's as far as I am at the moment. I've added a little bit of lace here. I've machine sewn that along there because I'm going to cover that up with hand sewing, so that is just like a tacking stitch there. I can see here that I'm going to have to make these longer unless I line this. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Yes, that's what I shall make, like a pillowcase journal cover, and that way I will sew right side to right side. The lining will be right side to right side, and I will just pull it in. But we'll do that another time. I'm not going to do it now because I'm not sure actually if I've actually finished decorating this. I did say that I would start embellishing, but my plans have changed a little bit. But I still think I will embellish, just add a few bits and pieces there, because now I know what I'm doing with it. I think a little bit of Christmas cheer or something to do with travel might look really well, or might go really well on the front. So there we are. So next thing, probably embellishment, and then to measure this properly and make this up with some lining. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I feel a bit happier now. I know where I'm going with that. It was a bit of a headache, but I do like it. I think it looks really good. Just odds and ends. It hasn't cost a single thing, not a thing, all odds and ends. So I'm going to carry on now, and just hopefully next time you see it there will be big changes to it. Well, you can see by looking at the screen it looks quite different. I've made quite a few changes to it, which took quite a time actually. I couldn't rush it, there was no rush in this project, so I'm quite pleased with how it's looking though. First thing I did was to add the extensions. Now if I push that along a little bit, you can see one of the extensions here and I've added lace across the red. I did say I wasn't going to cover the lace, the red ends, but I decided against it. So I'm pleased that I have covered that. I've also added some lace at the bottom and the top here. I've machine sewn those, no hand stitching on these. I've machine sewn the top and the bottom of them. Big change is that I've added the lining as well. Didn't do it pillowcase style because of the way that the journal insides will go in. I think you might see it a bit better if I turn it around this way. There. Now that is the idea. That's how the journal will look lengthwise, and that's the back. I'm quite pleased with it. I can see still need a little bit of work on it. I'm a bit sorry actually I didn't put the beads on there, but it's a bit late for that at the moment. Now that is the size of the journal and it looks to be a good fit. So what I need to do now is actually take the paperwork, the paper bit out of the cover, and all I'm going to do is to snip that with the scissors and pull the string out. It took me ages to put the string in, and now I'm just pulling it out in 2 seconds, and that's left me with the journal, the actual journal there. Just pull the middle string out here. See, the journal was machine sewn. All those pages were machine sewn down the centre. If you look there, you can see machine sewn. But it was attached to the cover with string. So I put that to one side. Don't need that anymore. And this fits really nicely. Although it wasn't made, as I said at the beginning, chances were it was going to be a Christmas table runner. So it's very lucky that these journals are the size they are. Might be a bit of trimming needed at the side, at the edge, but might not. So that fits in there neatly. Oops, a daisy. Just a quick look at a few additions. I've put around the semicircle here a little row of lace and with some beads here, and it just accentuates the curve here, and I think it's a nice contrast, the curve against the straight line. So that is really nice. I hope you can see that. I hope the light's catching that. It's 4 o'clock here now in the afternoon, and already it's getting dark. So where I'm sitting, it is very dark. I just hope you can see that. What else did I do? And I've also just added a little bit of in and out sewing. I wouldn't even call that running stitch because I've barely caught the lace. And I've introduced a little bit of orange. I thought the orange might go with the green and the blue and the other colours. I'm not really sure that adds anything, but I'm not taking it out anyway. So I'm calling that finished now. It was debatable whether I put other pieces of lace on there, but I'm now stopping there. I'm calling, as I said, I'm calling that finished. But I've just seen that out of the corner of my eye. Can I do something with this, or will I just be over egging the pudding? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't need it, do I? I really don't need that, or do I? Oh no, would that look nice? No, I'm not doing it. I'm leaving it like this. So it's finished. It's now time to put the insides in, and all I will do is machine sew that down. Okay. I've machine sewn 2 signatures in. Now you can see the first one down here. Move that up. So there we go, there's one. Now I have sewn them off center, which means I haven't sewn them down the center page because I've already sewn them down there, and if I sew them down the center page again, I risk perforating the papers because I'll be going through the same holes and it will just, well, it may be just tear. So that is the first signature. Second signature is at the back of it, and I've sewn that in exactly the same way. So there are two signatures here, which should make quite a nice travel journal. Very tempted to put another one in there, but I think I'll leave it. Now what I need to do at this stage, I think I might just trim it as well. Although having said that, there isn't much to trim really. So just do that. I'm going to take some time out now and just have a look. Have a cuppa as always and see if there's any way of decorating it a little bit more, or if that is finished. I don't want it too big and bulky with lots of dangly things, because I will be carrying it about with me and adding to it as I go along the way. So I need to cut all those pieces off there. Maybe if I just trim some of this, but at the moment I am quite pleased with that. I'm just going to do you a quick flip through. Right, if I steady that up a little bit. There we go. Now, as I said previously, this was just made as a general journal to be decorated along the way, or not. So, oh, I can see that I've got that upside down, but hey, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. I'll find something to fit it. So, as I decorate this, I will of course be covering up the pages. Hang on a minute, I've also got that upside down as well, which is a great shame, but then I can cover that up because I have lots of writing pages there. And why I'm saying I have it upside down is because I really want that on the front, that I want that as the front colour, and if I turn it up the other way, it means I've got the back as the front cover, and I don't want that. So actually it's the first time that I've looked through these for quite a while, really looked. And I think I will now start off screen to decorate it inside. Just start it off for my German holiday next week, or at the end of the month. I forgot about that as well. Many pages here. It'd be interesting to see just how many I managed to fill by the end of the year. I think I set myself a challenge by the end of the year, travel journal by the end of the year. Okay, so there we are. The only thing that's missing now is a tie to go around it, but that's the least of my problems at the moment, so I will sort that out. I have a little bit of a look, a little bit of a rest, get back to it and see what needs doing. There we go. Well, I had a look and I really don't think there's anything more that I can do. I've added the ribbon. This ribbon was actually bought for my bridesmaids' dresses, but I think the beautiful grey or silver goes really well with all this lace. So that is how I'm going to leave it at the moment. Of course, as this gets bigger, I probably will need to change the tie, but I have an awful lot of that lace over, as you can see. Now, the only thing I did consider doing was adding a third journal You can see this one, it's made in the same way as the previous two. I did think of adding that. That's quite a pretty page as well. All very, very similar in content at the moment. So I don't know whether I might be making it too thick if I add that. If you imagine me taking the cover off that and just popping it maybe in the middle there, it's going to turn into a beast, which might make it a bit difficult if I want to carry it around from the hotels. You know, I like staying in hotels. It might make it a bit big, but I do like the idea of a whacking great big journal like this. Yeah, I am so tempted to add this one as well. There's some nice pages in here as well, but of course, as I said a little while ago, they will be covered up, most of them. But oh, it's difficult. That is so difficult. What do I want? So that is the only thing that I might change now. I might add this one to it, or I might actually start another one. Yeah, there you go. I think I might use that for another one. Goodness, well, why did I go all through that just to say I won't be using this one now? I should start this, make this start another one, or this will be the start of another one. Okay, well, after that garble, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a go. It's all odds and ends, as you know, bits and pieces. I'm determined to use up all the bits and pieces from my stash before I go into my new workshop, if I ever get steps to get in there. That's still going on, but the weather isn't really sitting in the garden in the workshop type weather, so I don't suppose I'm pushing it that much really. But hey ho, come the spring, when I probably will move in there, I don't want to take bags and bags of rags and bits and pieces. I mean, obviously I'm not a tidy person. Who is, if they're into art and craft? So it's going to be a big move for me. So hence the reason why some of the projects are now designed to use up a lot of waste. Okay, anyway, do have a go. It's nice to stick to one thing, just pieces of lace, until I got to the extensions. Didn't know what I was doing when I started this. That is why I had the extensions. Otherwise I would have made it bigger to begin with. Did think it would just make a nice Christmas table runner. But there you go. Might actually make a nice Christmas journal. So, now something else for me to think of. But anyway, this goes out before Christmas, and I really intend it does. I hope you have a really nice time. Whatever you're doing, whoever you're with, I hope you keep safe and it's really peaceful for you. Okay, so I'll get back to you soon, hopefully. Take care, everybody. Bye.